welcome to my home. I'm so excited to show you guys around. I'm going to start the tour outside. It's super sunny and hot, so we'll move in real quick and we can come back and finish the patio a little later. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little kind of 411 on what we did. We bought the house about 3.5 years ago and left the existing kind of floor plan and layout, and then we added on. So I'll show you guys what we added on, all the fun stuff we did, my favorite things. And if you have any questions, send them to DM. My friend Baron is videoing right now. Hi, Baron.
Hi.
He is with AF Home here in Dallas. He just opened a new showroom, so I'm really excited that he's here to help me so that you guys can get a full view of everything. So come on up. On the outside, I love that they had this really cool brick with a stripe, and we left it. And it had these really awkward kind of 80s glass windows, so had to go. Looked creepy, so I took those out. And we painted everything, and then we added this huge front porch, which I absolutely love. We've got the 2 Adirondack chairs and the porch swing. So during the quarantine and the stay at home here in Dallas, this is where we were all the time. Of course, now it's like super hot here the past couple days, but it was wonderful. So we sat out here, had happy hour most days, and took naps on the porch and worked from here. And we have got the most wonderful, charming little neighborhood. We have the best neighbors. So if any of you guys are watching, hi neighbors. So we are ready to take you guys inside. Come on. Welcome to the Fenimores. Come on in. This is our main living, dining, and kitchen. It's one big open concept. And you can see where this ceiling changes right here. This is where we added onto the house. So we were able to kind of extend it up to the front, make a big front porch. And then I think we'll go upstairs first, but real quick, I just want to show you guys the first guest bedroom and bath. This was here when we moved in, and we decided, since our budget was a little snug, that we would leave the bathroom as is. And it's super cute, right? Like, kind of has a little Texas flair, matches the house. And then I used this Hermes wallpaper at a client's, and I loved it so much. So I put it in here because growing up, my mom would always call the bathroom the library because my stepdad would go in there and read. So I just thought it was funny. So it kind of makes sense, the library in the bathroom. So this is where all of our guests come when they visit, or if someone's staying in this guest room. So this room was awesome here. We didn't do anything to it, but I was actually given quite a few pieces from both of my grandmothers after they passed away. So this bed was in the guest room at my dad's mom's. So I reupholstered it. It looks super cute, and those plates were in her dining room. I just thought they looked so charming. Kind of a fun little nod to her, but modernizing it a little bit. And then this nightstand and this dresser, which I love. Sorry for the quarantine water on the floor. We painted it and then updated the hardware. So now it kind of has a new life, and I absolutely love it. It was in my mom's bedroom growing up, and she was so excited when she saw the updates to it. So there's that. And then I just have a few little simple trinkets. I didn't go overboard in here. We don't use this room a ton. When we get overloaded during the holidays, we will use it. So there's storage in here. And then I kind of wanted to put a couple cute pictures. I don't have a ton of pictures around our house, and I need to be better at that. But I love this picture of my grandparents. The way my grandpa's looking at my grandma is so super cute. So I had to put that in here because, I mean, come on, they're super adorable. I love old pictures. Anyway, and then this little settee was in our previous house, and it didn't fit anywhere, so it just kind of came in here. It works great. I can't believe I'm going to show you this, but I will. So our German short hair Ivy used to, I do not let her anymore, used to sit in here, and there were bunnies in the flower bed, and she got so worked up that she tore up the arm of this, and I wanted to wring her little neck. She's been such a great dog. And look, my Christian LaCroix pillows, she ate the zipper. I mean, guys, so anyway, there, see, you can't even tell. Anyway, she's been a great dog. She's never torn anything up, but I was so frustrated with her. But anyway, you guys, we can go upstairs, and I'll show you everything up there, and then we can start back down here. So this is the entire new addition to the home. We added a second floor to give us the square footage and fit in with the neighborhood. This hallway is kind of awkward and long, but I love that it's open to the rest of the house. So we had the beams come over, and then I thought it would be really fun for Drew and I, my husband, to each pick a picture that we loved, and then we put 3 each up here. And these are ones that Drew picked with his dad and grandparents. And then this one, same thing, these are mine. So Drew and I's first trip, my mom and grandma, and fishing with my dad. So I just thought it looked really kind of chic and classic, and you can see it from downstairs. And I mean, how cool is this view? So I wanted to do the vault all the way across, but we needed this kind of walk-in attic space over here, and you're not gonna see that today because it's messy, but let's look at the studio. So this is my studio where I work every day. I love it. My last house was super kind of neutral and basic, and I thought I needed that to work with all the color and patterns I work with, but my friend Matthew actually suggested that I put all this cork up here, which I thought was a genius idea. I have all these sorority houses that I'm working on right now. I mean, I love this. I can sit at my desk, sit over here, and look at things, and if something just stands out or doesn't work, I can come move it or switch it around. So I have like art and fabrics and carpet and just all kinds of little trims and paint. So it really just kind of helps me to conceptualize what I'm doing. And then the wallpaper actually matches these chairs. So I thought that was kind of really fun. I loved this Madame Butterfly print that we did in here. And then this is where I work. I sit here every day. I love it. It's my favorite spot in the house because I have like a little treehouse view. So I can see all the neighbors walking by with their dogs. And of course, Ivy usually sits up here on the bench and barks at everybody. Perfect timing when I'm on a conference call, obviously, is what she does. So that's really frustrating. But I just have pictures of me and my dad and my grandmother and a couple little trinkets that I love. And then I got this Ashley Longshore art piece years ago, and it makes me so happy. I mean, her stuff is just so cool, and the detailing and like the texture. Of course, I had to put an art light, so it's fabulous. I love it. It makes me feel happy. And then Hannah Brown, who's a local Dallas artist, did these awesome portraits of Cato and Ivy, and she did 2 each. And I was gonna hang them, but you guys, they're so cute. I just styled them up here, and I think they look perfect. And she was actually a jewelry designer and kind of incorporates like fine jewels in her art. And so I was like, will you do my dogs? Because she does these crow series, which is so cool, by the way. You gotta go check Hannah Brown out. Her stuff's awesome. Anyway, so I just kind of use this space, you know, to work and be creative and just be a part of what's going on outside every day. So I love being in here. And this is a little kind of, I don't know if I'm liking this. The jury's out. I may have to fix some stuff, but I have my Dallas D-Best Designer Awards, which I'm so proud of and thankful for, because you get voted on by showrooms, so you don't pay technically to be a D-Best designer, which I love and is even better. So I have like pictures of me and my best friends at the events, and me and my husband, and just some really cute little mementos that make me happy because I don't have all that everywhere. I'm not like a big junky tchotchke kind of person. I mean, I know this is pretty full, but you'll notice when we start walking through the house, I don't have a lot of those things. I try to have little catch-alls for keys and junk and paper, so it's all in one spot. My husband is super junky. He can probably hear me. Drives me nuts. So just something you learn to deal with after being married for 13 years. He's better. He's gotten better. So this is my kind of sample closet. Nothing exciting, nothing good to see here. I just keep my fabrics in here. And let me see what these drawers look like. Yeah, so wallpaper drawer needs a little organization, everybody, but that's fine to look at that. Anyway, I just keep paint samples and everything that I use on a regular basis. My tool bag, flooring samples, paint. I just keep it clear, and here's Ivy. I just keep it clear so I can walk through here. She is my little Velcro dog. This girl's with me all day. And so it's technically made to be a Jack and Jill. So if there was a child or anyone that used this bedroom every day, I think this is an amazing closet. You have like 4 double hangs and a huge dresser. So it's a cool little closet. So I would have loved this as a little girl. And then the Jack and Jill. So we did the sinks separate, and I wanted them to float because everything in this house, like we have this long, narrow house. So when we redesigned it, This area specifically gave us a lot of trouble because we were like, do we make it open from the hall? And then do you want to walk around to the hall to go to the bathroom? No. So we just built it all in here. And it just got kind of weird because everything's like narrow and skinny here. So this was actually the marble in the kitchen downstairs. And it's really beautiful. It wasn't stained. The people who had the house before tried to kind of glam it up. And I was like, I can't throw this marble away. It's really great. So we used it up here. And I like it. So the floating vanities look great. We did navy. And then back here, it's just pretty basic, right? Your toilet, tub shower combo, and then, you know, a good little greeting when you guys are ready to come in. Our niece Taylor spends a lot of time with us when she's in town, and this is kind of her bathroom, her room. So I thought that made me think of her when we got it because I thought she would really love that. So Taylor, next time you come, there you go. Don't look in here. This is winter stuff and junk and things. So everybody's got one of those. This is the guest room that we use all the time. So when people stay with us, of course, I bring them in here. And I recently partnered with the Inside. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we picked their amazing velvet olive Art Deco bed. I mean, I just look at it. It's so great. Like the detail, the cording, the welting, whatever you want to call it. So that's what I started with when I did this room. And I just wanted it to be colorful and fun. And you'll see too when you walk around our house, we have kind of a lot of nods to Texas. And I know it's kitsch and cheesy because we live here, but my husband is originally from Fort Worth and he tends to be a lot more rustic and modern and clean and very masculine. And I love color and things like that. But I'm originally from Arkansas and I don't mind incorporating Texas things into the house because they're kind of cute, right? So we did this really cool Marfa toile wallpaper from Katie Kimmy, and I love it. I think it's so cool. I mean, who doesn't love the Prada Marfa, right? It's so great. And then I just added some really colorful pillows and these Worlds Away nightstands. And I kind of used pieces we had. And what's great about this room is it has a golf course view. So y'all come over here and check this out. So if you stay here, it's kind of hard to see through the screens. But our putting green and everything is out here. And I just always tell our guests, you get a golf course view. We had to put those screens on, so sorry it's kind of blurry. But we had to put those on because the sun was reflecting off the windows and it burnt our turf. So that was a really fun day at our house. Anyway, what else is cool in here? This was actually at my great-grandparents' home. It was kind of their formal. And my grandma had it in her formal living room, so I ended up with that, and I recovered it navy, so I think it looks really cool in here. It's kind of fun. So if you have some antique pieces, you know, that's kind of a thing now anyway, mixing and matching. And I didn't really have all of these awesome staples and family heirlooms until, unfortunately, some people in my family, like both of my grandmothers and my father, passed away. So I ended up with these really cool pieces, and I just kind of made them mine. You'll see in my closet, I painted my vanity pink, and my grandma's probably like, oh my God, Abigail, but she does not love that color. But, you know, you got to make it yours, and there's, you know, you can't get rid of them. I mean, that's horrible, and I know that happens, but I like the mix, and I think it's kind of fun because I love bold color, obviously. So, anyway, I love this guest room. I think it turned out great, and thank you to the Inside for this. It was so easy to put together. I did it by myself. Drew, I think, brought me the screwdriver and was like, hey, have fun with that. So I put it together in maybe like 45 minutes to an hour by myself. He had to help me attach the headboard because, you know, you gotta have two hands for that. But anyway, this piece too was from a local Dallas artist, Megan Adams Brooks, who I love too, and she sells her stuff at Blueprint here in Dallas. So I was fortunate enough to get this before she got so big time, but I love it. And it was actually a piece that she had and then painted over it. So it turned out kind of cool, and I think the color is kind of perfect. So I like big art too. I mean, just because you have a small space doesn't mean you have to just cram a bunch of little things. I mean, I love big art and I love big mirrors, and I really think it makes a big impact in a space. So let's go see downstairs. Again, this is like walk-in attic, so you guys can't go see in there because it's kind of junky. But if you bought our house, you could use it as a media room or a kid's room. And then Ivy's right behind us, so hopefully she doesn't knock Baron over. Okay, so let's look at the main floor. I love our home. I'm I don't know, Drew and I did a really good job working together on this. We really didn't have a lot of fights when we did the remodel. I was surprised. Everyone said it's gonna test your marriage. But again, he likes more rustic, simple, masculine pieces. I like a lot of color and pattern. So I feel like our home is a really great compromise for both of us. So our fireplace originally in this house was where our mirrored buffet is. That is obviously pre-marriage. Drew would have never bought a mirrored piece, but I had that and I'm using it because I love it. So we moved our fireplace up here and we use the sucker all the time. Wood burning, way to go. We are not Boy Scouts, we cheat. We have gas in there. So that's what you guys do. You put gas in there, crank it up, and then when we have about 2 weeks of cold weather here, you get a fire. And then I have this custom cowhide made, the scale of it made, because we needed a larger rug in here. And I had it made from a company out of Argentina. And I think it's really cool. It holds up so great to dogs. So, I mean, if cowhide's not your thing, I'm just saying, think about it, because it's a cow. And cows, pretty durable animal hide. I mean, you can hose them off, they roll in mud, no big deal. But it's been great. I mean, it's not perfect in here. We have a dog bed, but it's their scene too. And then this is a really good place. We added the sectional, I guess about a year ago, and it has changed how we use the room. And then this is the one thing everyone notices when we walk in. So people come in and they're like, oh my God, where did you get this? This was picked out by my husband. I told you he's from Fort Worth, and he wanted something that wasn't like standard abstract, or you go somewhere and pull something random. He wanted it to kind of have meaning and a purpose. And he's like, please don't do a lot of color. Please don't get crazy. And I was like, oh, what do we do? Like, what if we did like a cool photograph or something? And so we started looking at Fort Worth, and this is what he found. And how perfect, because it says, welcome to Fort Worth, where the West begins. But it's really cool because it's JFK, and it's before he was coming to Dallas to get assassinated, unfortunately. But it's just such a really impactful print. And it ties Dallas and Fort Worth together, which I think is really cool. And we did it as large as we could blow it up, and we had it framed. And I feel like it just makes such a great impact in this room. It's black and white, it's stunning, it kind of has a story. And so, if you're looking for something on a large wall, go to the Associated Press website, I'm telling you, because they have all these images. So if there's something that you're into or love, photography-wise, you can buy that image and then get it printed. And we had it printed here locally and then had it framed, but it's just super cool. I mean, I think it's like my favorite thing in this house, in like the main part of the house, because it's just, I don't know, it's cool. And Drew picked it, and he's so proud of himself. He's like, oh my God, I did something cool. So I really like that. Another thing that we have around like mantle styling always drives a lot of people crazy, and this is actually the same beam that we have on our front porch. But it's got Lonesome Dove, a Texas brick that our friend Tripp gave us one year for Christmas. He's a really good gift giver, by the way. It was a cool brick, and it's gold. Hello, I love gold. And then just little paintings, and that was like the picture from my best friend's wedding that I'm super close to, and she gave me that as a gift, and so I love that picture. So I have that up here, and gold antlers, because it's so cheesy, I know. But my husband hunts, and he thinks the gold antlers are horrible, but I think they're great, so they're in our house. So we have like a gold antler tray. He's so beat down with me. He's like, quit putting gold stuff on my antlers. Anyway. And then, just like fun little things. Like I like to collect books, like coffee table books and things like that. I'm a big fan of, what's that store called over there? Oh, Half Price Books. Love Half Price Books. Great place to score. You can kind of dig around. You can go like regional, you go design, fashion. So like when I do my projects, I try to pull books that work for my clients, which is really fun. So I love this like Willie Nelson book because he looks super cool. I mean, you've got to love Willie Nelson, this guy, the face of Texas. I mean, he's Mr. Texas. And then he gets a little geode on him because, he's cool. He's Willie. Something else to take note of. Jers, if you're watching, my friend Jers, my mom and I hung this wallpaper, and he kind of makes fun of me, but okay, look close at this wallpaper. Don't look at that because it's a seam. It's an oil derrick with two cowboys on rearing horses. You can see the little ricochet from the bullets. And then down here, it's helmet. So it was probably originally a Houston Oilers kind of design. I don't know, and I'm probably just talking out of one side of my mouth, but I thought it was so cool because it looks like a traditional print, but it's kind of hip and modern, And we did it all along this wall and that whole tall wall up here on our stairs. And I feel like it just makes a really cool impact without being a lot of color. And I chose white walls and gray trim. I wanted our house to be neutral, like a place that we could start from scratch. My builder was literally, for the whole 6 months we remodeled, he was on me. Why do you want white? Why do you want white? And I love it because Mr. Clean Dry Eraser, thank you. Because I need to buy stock in that because it goes anywhere and you can't see it. And then we had these really cool kind of fork designs done in wood to kind of dress up the stairs. I splurged on these a little bit, but I feel like it was completely worth it because they kind of dressed it up a little bit. I know a lot of people don't love this kind of like dark wood stain. It's kind of a Texas thing. I mean, I love it. I think it's really pretty. But these were the original floors. And of course, this area we're in here in the living room, we had to add on. So I didn't want to rip them up. They were in great shape and they actually survived construction, which is unreal and unheard of. So we ended up with them. And then, you know, we kept it open because I didn't want to have a bunch of walls. And, you know, this is it. Like the original kitchen is here where you see it. So this was where everything was. Of course, the house stopped here and this was the living room. But I like this area. It feels open. It's fun. We entertain and people end up hanging out here and here and here. And so when you have a large group of people, it works really well. So, of course, I did jazz it up. Little starburst visual comfort chandelier going on. And then again, here's part of the like kitschy Texas, but this is a pierre fray. It's a linen, it's embroidered. I know, ridiculous, right, to do in your dining room. Ladies and gentlemen, they are Scotch guarded. I don't know what that is. Little dog here, but they're Scotch guarded, so they're very well protected, but they're just so beautiful and they're just cool and happy in color, and I needed that here. So I love these. Can we talk about these deer mounts? Okay, ladies, if you have a guy that likes to hunt and you don't like those really ugly wood mounts, they make them, you've seen them, they make them where they like fit and they're just so horrible. So I went to a place here in Dallas called E&D Plastics and I had them put them on acrylic blocks. I mean, is that cool or what? I mean, go to town with that. It's so great. Acrylic anything. I mean, you know, I'm an acrylic dork. I love acrylic. But my husband, these are his Pope and Young, I have to say. Pope and Young, I'm gonna butcher this. They're basically like legit deer. And we've eaten them, and what we didn't eat, we gave to hunters, for the hungry. So we have had a lot of venison and sausage and breakfast sausage and all kinds of stuff. So I actually love deer meat and venison, it's really good. So anyway, these are his big trophies. And then I had these little, these awesome Victorian prints made of our dogs. They're so cute, and she's got a little squirrel. And then Cato over here has, I think it's a little quail on hers. Because they're bird dogs. I mean, how cute. I've had those for years. I loved them, and I had to put them in here. Let's see. Kitchen is a kitchen, but I'll show you a couple cool things we did. So, as any home, when you start doing remodels, your budget kind of starts, and we spend our money on the master bath. We did spend money in the kitchen. The putting green is where we put a lot of money. So in here, I just wanted it to be functional because we cook a lot, and well, Drew cooks a lot. And so, of course, you know, spice drawer. Everybody needs one of these, right? I will tell you, it drives me nuts that these aren't symmetrical. Like, you don't have two symmetrical cabinets here, but whatever. And I told you I can't do tchotchkes and a lot of stuff, so we did this really cool pull-out drawer, and it has these little drop-in canisters so you can keep all your spoons, slotted spoons, wood spoons, you know, all your little gadgets. And I love this. It's so great, and it was like the best thing we did. And Lazy Susans drive me nuts. So we had this corner, and I saw this somewhere, and we decided to do these really cool pull-out drawers. You guys, you can put so much junk in here. Ziplocs. And then this one we have, like, just look at that Tupperware out the wazoo. But it's so awesome. I mean, best thing we did. What else is cool in here? Oh, this is funny. So we reused this sink and the dishwasher because the people who had the house were trying to like gussy it up a little bit. And I was like, I am reusing these pieces because I love this farm sink, first of all. And it was here, and then this, and it works great. So we didn't have to buy these pieces, which I thought was really nice. And then trying to tie the wood in, we just did some walnut floating shelves. And these have been great because we keep cookbooks and things up here. This is a recipe from my grandma, and she used to make this dish called talarina. I have it stuck up here. I can't get it off because I didn't want it to fall. But it's in her handwriting, And we found that in her recipe box when we were cleaning out her house, and I got a copy because she had a couple different versions, but I just thought that was so fun. So if you guys have any like cool recipes from your family, like do that, because I mean, just how cool, right? Anyway, another great thing to do, obviously don't forget to do a trash can pull out, because a lot of people do. And then we saw this at one of my clients' houses, just a little drop-in. She just dropped her trash in here and boom, out of the way. Should we go to the bedroom? Let's go to the master. Okay, so on the way to the master, we took this little weird spot and we made a bar. Love the bar. Ice maker. We used the same backsplash. And then this is a huge liquor drawer. You don't need to look in it because it's really messy. And it's heavy, but we put like extra liquor and mixers and things in there. It's great. And it keeps that a little clean-ish. But, and then Drew has his Nespresso up here that he likes to grab in the morning with his little cute cup. So I just think that's really cute. So I love this spot. This is a great little place. So if you have stairs, put a bar in. Our cowboys. This is from another Dallas artist. If you can't tell, I love supporting local artists. I love supporting local shops. And this is Brenda Bogart. She does the coolest stuff, you guys. I mean, go check her out. She's at Blueprint, which is here in Dallas. And they had these in these frames, and I kind of thought, well, do I wait on the white frames? And then I thought, you know what, this actually looks kind of cool. So, I mean, come on. I mean, these are just fabulous. And I like it because you can see it from in here, so it kind of keeps this from looking like, oh, you're walking into a hall. Okay, the master. Drew's closet is in here. We'll not show you because I asked him to clean it up and he didn't, so it's really dirty. There's stuff on the floor. Anyway, this backs up to the kitchen. So if somebody ever bought this house and wanted to close this off and make it an extension of the pantry or kitchen or laundry, boom, built in. I thought about that. You'll see why when we go to my closet. But we added on back here too. This was the original sun porch. So I think that it was like right here we added the back. It wasn't a ton, but it was just enough to kind of give us the space. And I wanted it to be soothing and comfortable. Drew and I hang out in our bedroom and I watch TV. So, you know, I wanted it to be cool. So we have also a golf course view in our bedroom. And it's really Cato and Ivy's room. Can you see? I know. So, dog friendly tip. I get these awesome linen duvets from Amazon. They're under $100. And they last a long time. You can Clorox them, you can OxyClean spot treat them. I mean, our dogs don't really, you guys are good, you're good girls. They don't really tear anything up, so we've been really fortunate, but I mean, it's so easy to wash, and I just love white linens. It feels so good and clean. So, the master. The wallpaper. That is Nouvellette, the clouds, and it's from Lee Jotha, and I love it. I wanted to put that in here so bad, and I know it's kind of dark and stormy, but I feel like it just brings a really cool, like, soothing feel to the house. So I really love that. And then, of course, we got this scarf in Fort Worth. It's a hand-painted scarf, or it's a reproduction of a hand-painted, so we could put a little more Fort Worth in here. Let's go to the master bath. Ladies, the key to successful marriage is to not share a toilet. This is Drew's bathroom. All Drew's. His toilet, his urinal. I mean, who doesn't want that? You would love that, wouldn't you, Baron?
Yeah.
That's so great. And we have guys over, they come in here to like, I know, all of our guy friends come over here and they're like, can I use the urinal? It's like, go. Again, we had this kind of long shotgun house, so the bathroom is kind of like that too. And we had to get a little creative. So I love that we have the long vanity, and then we did mirrors on the full wall. And then this is what you call, technically, I guess it's a wet room is what they call it. So the tub and shower are in the same spot, which I think is really great. You can kind of come in here and take a bath or take a really great shower. We have the rain head, the regular head, and then we put a steamer in here, which Drew uses a lot. Like, I guess like at the golf course they have it. And then that back is wood tile and then all the marble. So I really love that kind of wood element. It kind of warms it up a little bit. And then my big splurge in this bathroom was the herringbone pattern on the floors. My tile guys were like, are you sure you want to do that? I'm like, I'm definitely sure I want to do this. So they had to cut all these pieces and put it in the herringbone pattern, but I think it looks super cool because we didn't have anything going for us in here. We needed a little something to mix it up, so that's what we did. And then this is my toilet. So again, ladies, don't share toilets. And then here's my closet. It's my favorite room in the house. I love it. There's so many great things in here, so I'm gonna have to shut up and just give you the basics. But this is at the end of our bathroom. And again, I told you if somebody ever wanted to share this closet, they could, which, why would you do that? You could take this vanity out and do double hang, and then you could share the dresser over here. So you could easily do that. But this was in my grandma's house, and I painted pink, and I love it. I don't think she would have loved that I painted pink, but I love to sit here and, you know, just put on my hair and makeup and get all fancy. And then this mirror was in the entry of my grandparents' home. This mirror was there on the vanity, and so was this little cute little perfume bottle. And then the dresser I just kind of have loaded with all my favorite things. I had to do wallpaper on the ceiling. This is Marianne wallpaper from Designers Guild. Love it. So cool, right? And totally girly. And then I just put it on the wall behind the vanity. And then my shoe wall. And again, guys, I didn't go crazy splurging in here on my closet organization because by the time we got here, I'd gotten it quoted out, and I just was like, we can't spend that on the closet. So we just had the regular cabinet guys come in and do basic generics. I mean, it looks fine. You can't tell, and it works. It works great. Functions for me, and I love it. So it's good. And then my cliche leopard floor wall leopard carpet, which I love. God, she's being camera shy. She hangs out in here with me all the time. I usually have her dog bed in here. It's so weird, guys. She comes in here at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and that's her dog bed's usually right there. So she hangs out with me in my closet. This chandelier was in my great grandparents' home, and then it hung in their entry, and my grandmother had it in her dining room. So when she passed away, I was like, I would like the chandelier, please. May I have that? My cousin Lauren, I don't know if she's watching right now, but she actually took the vanity originally, and I was like, oh man, I was kind of bummed. It was before we had this house. But then she called me and was like, hey, do you still want the vanity? And I was like, yeah, how do I get that from you? So I was really excited. I'm like, sorry it didn't work out for you, but I'm glad I have it. Anyway, just a lot of really cool trinkets in here. Like that's the cake topper for my grandparents' wedding. I mean, just super cool. Her favorite rosary. And then I just like putting up pictures and mementos because this is like a space where I can put things that I probably wouldn't put other places in our house. That's my dad and grandma when he retired from the military. So I think it's great if you can find a way to incorporate things from your family. I mean, it's unfortunate that I have them, but I mean, I grew up around all these things being in their home, so I'm really happy that I have it. So thank you to my Stanton family for sharing everything with me. And then we just kind of dressed up the dresser with these. These are from Worlds Away, just really cool acrylic hardware. As you can see, I have a little acrylic obsession. What time is it? How much time we got left?
It's 6:30.
Ooh, we gotta go. We're pushing it. So I'll show you outside.
What kind of tile do we have here?
What kind of tile?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a statuary marble that we had put in a herringbone pattern. And we also used it on the wall in kind of a different size. So it was our splurge. Okay, so let's go see the outside. So the backyard, we wanted to be an extension of the house. We wanted to entertain in here. So watch your step. But we were not able to do a deck that came out just because of the access to the garage. So we did this pressed concrete with the wood grain pattern, which I think, is really great. And it wears well. We can hose it off, and it just looks really neat. So we have a great little sitting area and the putting green. And then our little Lowe's Home Depot floral gate over here, which cracks me up. We did that to keep the dogs out of the wood pile, but they jump it anyway. Here comes Ivy. So yeah, it's a great place. It's kind of hot today, but it's usually a nice little place in the afternoon to kind of sit, hang out, and have a drink. So I've gone over, we should close with the man room. It's important. Everyone should have a man room too, because Drew loves it. It's where he gets to go to get away from me, and it's been great during quarantine. And we actually lived in here while we remodeled. So I have a really cool wallpaper in here, which he doesn't really love, but I don't care because I'm not taking it down. So welcome to the man room. Hi, Drew. Say hi to the people. So this is it. I mean, it's like fishing, golf. That's a stuffed aoudad. What is that?
It's not aoudad mount.
Oh, it's not stuffed. It's an aoudad mount. Yeah, everybody, get it right. And then he has like all his like college golf memorabilia. You know, here's Drew with Lee Trevino, club champ. He's got 3 club champs in Dallas, by the way. He doesn't like me talking about that, but I'm pretty excited. And then, I mean, you gotta have Dwight Schrute, right? Come on, everybody. So yeah, we lived here and it was great because we had the little kitchenette and the full bathroom, which is super cute, and a big closet. And this is a pull-out sleeper, so when people come over, we have extra spots for someone to sleep, which is really nice. Ooh, you know what else is cool? Look. Drew with Michael Jordan. Yeah. I mean, Drew with Tiger way back in the day. Oh my God, look at the baby face. And then George Bush Sr., which is really cool because he's an Aggie and so is Drew. Anything else in here you want people to see? Well, his library's at A&M. Yeah, his library's at A&M. Anyway, so I feel like I have to wrap it up because we've been going over. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by our house, and thank you to the Inside for hosting, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you want to see anything, I have a lot of stuff linked on my Instagram and my webpage too for products. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.